Today I'm here with Jared Halm from the Auditor's Office in Ross County, Ohio. Welcome, Jared.
Hi, Linda. It's nice to be with you.
Thank you so much for being here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do for Ross County?
I manage the accounting office, so I handle accounting and payroll, and I overlook those processes. But I was also hired to update our software, so I'm the one who kind of went through that whole process.
Oh boy, you're the one.
And I'm the one who updates departments and on all the new product info, and I train new departments to learn the system.
Got it. Okay. And how long have you been using Software Solutions and VIP software?
This month is 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a big milestone.
Yeah.
What applications do you use from Software Solutions?
We use Accounts Payable, Payroll, the Treasury module.
Okay. And tell us a little bit, the implementation process can be kind of interesting when you're going from one system to the other.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the implementation process, what you remember about it.
The implementation process was difficult because our system was 33 years old. And we didn't have any software provider for it. It was just a proprietary system. So we didn't really have a good means of extracting that information. So the conversion part of that was very heavily detailed, and we leaned a lot on Don and the conversion team to help us make sure all the information was correct as we came into the VIP. And then we had to, really lean on the implementation consultants for Accounts Payable, Payroll, Trent and Sarah, because we didn't really know what we were getting into, and they had to help us figure it out.
Right. So I bet there was a little bit of trepidation, after having a process, or having a system for so long and changing to something brand new. Change can always be difficult. So
Yeah.
How did you address that?
We knew that there would be growing pains, but we've tried to focus on the positives. Whenever we would see a new feature that we knew would really be an improvement over something that we had previously, we would stress that with our employees and show them how, look at this thing that you do every day that's kind of a painful process,
Sure.
and you're not going to have to do this anymore
That's
at
right.
all.
Right. So what would you say, why don't you talk a little bit about a couple of the things that have really been the highlight, something that really transformed a process that was tedious in the past?
In the past, every time that we had a month end, we had to print the entire ledger, so that was a snapshot in time. We didn't have the ability to produce reports from the past. We had no ability to make corrections in the past. We were really stuck in that moment, and things got kind of slow and paused at some points because we had to make sure something was right before we could proceed. Mm-hmm. And now it's more fluid. We can adjust something from a month ago or 2 months ago if a department really needs us to, and it's just made it a lot easier.
That's great. That's great. What about the paperless aspect? Do you feel like you're using a lot less paper and passing paper around as much as before?
I wish that I had more pictures of what our office looked like at the time, because it's just completely different now. Mm-hmm. And our storage unit that we have below the law complex is just every year I get to close out some stuff that's 5 years old, and it's starting to get to the point where some of that stuff is replaced by digital, and CDs take a lot less room than
It's great to get into the
5
21st
boxes.
century,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's awesome. If you have to do it all over again, would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Good. That's always good news. Talk to me about your experience with Software Solutions support team.
I love the support team. They're very patient, and I've kind of understood the system pretty well from the beginning, so it's really easy to talk to them about special situations and how, if it's something that they can't fix, they know how to send it to development, and the kind of speaks to some of the reasons I really like this system is that they can make improvements constantly, and we can use our user group to make suggestions. It's not just the system, this is the system, and that's it.
Right.
It's always, changing so that we can provide our input and, you know, have the system improve as time goes by. And the support team really helps us with that because they can identify when we're really stuck with something
Right.
and that something needs to change, and they're very patient with, you know, all sorts of little
That's so good to
little
hear.
problems.
That's very good to hear. So in closing, I guess what I'd like to know is if someone is thinking about moving to SSI and VIP, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to consider it highly, to just talk to everybody, because really when you talk to the staff and have them show you the system, you get a sense of what kind of company or family you're dealing with. And, you know, I wouldn't tell them you have to do this, but just consider it, and I
Sure.
think that they'll convince you.
Jared from Ross County, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Sure.